I would also like to welcome all our esteemed panelists for the session today. Mr. Mahendra Singh, Strategic Advisor and Member of the Board of Directors, Dalmia Film House. Ms. Neha Patel, Vice Chairperson, Zydus Foundation. Ms. Shasharika Panda, CEO of the Bandhgar and Leela Panda Foundation. Ms. Sudha Shivkumar, President Ficci Slow. Ms. Shivani Malik, Director Damilal. And I will now request Ms. Asha Karwa to kindly honor the Minister with the Green Certificate. The Green Certificate is city's tradition and promise towards sustainability. We plan a ticket of 10 trees in your honor at Simplify National Park, Odisha. Thank you, Asha, and I now request you to please take the session forward.
Absolutely delighted and privileged to host this session on women empowerment as a part of the agenda on which we hire. I'd like to start with a quote which is very inspiring. It was actually said by our President Srimati Draupadi Murmu, and she said that it is the power of democracy that a daughter born in a poor home, that a daughter born in a remote tribal area is actually the head of the highest constitutional head of the country. And so therefore I believe the progress of the society is dependent on the progress of women. So it's amazing to see so many women in the audience. I can see so many women in the audience. So big round of applause for all of you in the audience, and thank you for making the time. I'd like to thank you, Union Minister for Labour and Employment and Environment, Policy and Climate Change, Shri Surendra Yadav, for joining us today. Under your leadership, what is most commendable is that the female labour participation rate at 19% in 2020 has almost doubled to 37% in 2020. It has happened well. Under his leadership, we've also seen a survey which has been launched by the Employee Provident Fund Organization. And this is almost like a progress report card on the voices of women in corporate India. How many corporates have a cost policy? How many of them have a return policy? How many of them have transportation in late-night hours? These are things that are being checked as we speak right now. A survey is being launched, and very soon we shall have the findings which can be shared as a So thank you once again, and once again to my panelists. A great warm welcome to you. I look forward to our conversation, and I want to start with you, Sukhan, with respect to women entrepreneurs. So one data point that I read was that we have 28,000 digital startups in India today, but 18% are led by women. What is the reason for only 18% being led by women? What are the challenges that come the way of women entrepreneurship, and how do you see this number being scaled up?
Thanks so much, Asha, and both a privilege and honor to share my thoughts on Asha's question with the Honorable Minister here. I think I'm beginning with the financial support. We this is a very small survey with the RTI Innovation Hub. And we did a survey of about 300 entrepreneurs at the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 cities, home and manual at small level. And I think we are the bottom of the economy, so if we clean up from the bottom, I think the top gets wonderful. So the economy seems to be a very major issue. And those that are loans and many of them available like Standard Invest scheme and all that. Many banks still want to collateral. And at that level, I'm not talking of the privileged lot, I'm talking of people who wanted to grow, the startups and the entrepreneurs. And many of them do not have immobile property in their name. So it becomes a big challenge for the banks to lend money. The second one that I would like to talk about is there are a lot of mental barriers. However, a forward city we are, I've had this conversation with Shiva. I'm sure she will agree with me. We are not yet a 50-50 society. Even at the best of environment, we possibly are 49.99. There is still that point, not one equality issue that is there. So because of our inherited societal norms of the woman is still a hesitant second when it comes to taking risks. The third one is a strong one, which is the work-life balance. This work-life balance is stressed at all parts of the pyramid. Youngsters today face a lot of these issues which are causing us anthropological problems. And the last is access to mentors. Those things silently put us greatly because they don't know how to go forward. They need mentors, they need access mentors who handle them and take them forward. If we are alive to their issues, if we are alive to their needs, if we are alive to how to get them forward, a little push and a great pull will definitely take them much beyond the tendency to self-development.
Thanks for those insights, Shiva. We have an entrepreneur in our midst. We have Shivani with us, who's co-founder of a brand called Gamal. You must have seen this at airports and in the retail malls, consumer-facing brands. Shivani, what's been your journey as an entrepreneur? Some of the challenges that and I know she has been more the bottom of the business, but you've been in a position where you launched this business with your husband. So tell us a bit about the challenges that you faced and what is it like to be a woman entrepreneur when your husband is alongside you? What were the barriers and how did you overcome them?
I'm definitely in an industry which deals with bags and shoes, and bags and shoes are close to a woman's heart. Our organization is definitely far more women-led than men-led, thankfully. And with more and more women understanding the importance of coming into the workforce, it's actually benefiting organizations or brands like us. Because we're hungry for women to work for us. We believe that women actually contribute way more to us and to our brand than men do. Just because of the nature of women, they're better multitaskers, they're more empathetic, they're more intuitive, they can read a customer's mind. This is my personal belief, and this is what my experience has taught me, that women perform way better than men do. And if we get the right talent, there's nothing stopping us from having at least a 90-10 ratio of women-men. If we get the right talent. Right now we face challenges in smaller cities where we are finding it difficult to get women to work for us. I think there has to be a whole mindset change in the country. I think conferences like this, it is reached to the masses, where these women understand the importance of financial independence. I've been talking about it. Financial independence is not only bringing them the money that they need, but it's giving them the power for them to have a standing at home in the society, and this is adding to the country as well. So I think there has to be a total mindset shift. Women need to be educated about how important it is for them to have this financial independence. And there are many more brands out there like us, where I can confidently say that women are going to add way more than men can add. As far as I am concerned, of course, I have many personal challenges as well in my entrepreneurial journey, where I found that I had to work twice as hard to be taken seriously than my co-founder with my husband. Because it's all about the mindset. They feel that, she's going to have a baby, she's going to go away. She's going to, the mother of the call for lunch, she's not going to be working. That mindset needs to change from me, from my mother, from everyone in general. Where working is not a choice. It's a compulsion as much as it is for a man. I think that once that importance of that this is my priority, that comes about, I think that then the whole thing will change. I think we're taking baby steps, but we get there.
Shivani, thank you for that. It's basically an intuitive journey of wanting to express really well. I want to shift gears, Shivani. You deal with a segment which is rural women. You're working at a grassroots level. Sudha spoke about the challenges that women entrepreneurs face. Shivani just shared her journey and the life that she faced working with her husband and how women are basically able to brand where it comes to business and how she decided to take some of them. What is your understanding of this segment of women and what are the challenges and opportunities according to you with this space?
Thanks, Asha. So I completely agree with what Shivani said, but I just like to give everyone a bit of a perspective in the rural areas. What we know is for our goal of 2047 to be achieved, we are going to need to strengthen our core pillars of Dalit, Yuva, Annadata and Mahila. Now, the Mahila are 50% of our population and 65% of our population lives in the rural area. As somebody who works in 6 districts covering more than 400 villages, what I've noticed is that they need to overcome challenges to a larger extent than most of us in urban India. And the biggest issue is lack of opportunity. Lack of opportunity across the spectrum. It could be education, it could be skill, it could be income generation, livelihood. This happens because of the deep-rooted gender bias. We are not even aware of the extent to which this is, ingrained in us, like Shivani said, the mindset. Okay, how do we get them to get out of this? Because the girls are not having challenges in silos. They are having challenges which are complex and interconnected. The second issue that this leads to is the lack of enabling environment. Today, most of us sitting here are privileged. We're privileged because we had parents who decided to educate us. We're privileged because we didn't have financial constraints. We're privileged because we even married into families that allowed us. It was an enabling environment. These women at the grassroots first have to fight to be born. Then they have to fight to go to school. They have to even fight not to get married at a very young age. So it's that basic. But if we have an enabling environment, if I may give you an example of this young lady from the Kalamani district, which we know is extremely remote and backward. This tribal girl was born to parents who were progressive in their thinking and said, we will educate her. We will educate her. She went to Odia medium primary school, was fortunate enough to be able to find a missionary school in her area, and then she had the aspiration of being a doctor. And she luckily, navigated her way into the region of Bhubaneswar, where we have a scholarship under our foundation, and for higher education. And today she's at SCP Medical College in Brahmanpur in her final year, and next year she will become a doctor. So it's about getting her that opportunity, it's about getting her the enabling environment, and that is what will allow our girls to contribute to our national growth.
Such an inspiring story. I think that we are seeing different streams or different threads to a conversation. You have entrepreneurs, you have entrepreneurs coming from, coming into the consumer-led brand, which is another space. We spoke about the rural woman and her challenges. My next question to you, and it's a question which comes from a little bit of context. Because I think Shivani referred to an extent that there are industries that women are accessed as well. Are there, do you believe in this that women actually gravitate to certain industries? Because she spoke about baggage shoes and she said that's why it makes sense. So is that true? Do you believe in that? Or do you feel differently?
So, according to me, I think, the fight for women and equality is a great topic that we're discussing today, but I feel just because men don't qualify for a lot of jobs that women do, similarly women do not qualify for a lot of jobs that men do. It's not either or, but I'm just saying that there are some restrictions that women do have in terms of, starting their family, also the, India has a patriarchal society. My grandmother did not go. It's a really decent and the mother started working, when I started working. But this new generation has actually sort of got into the workforce. So, every generation takes that one step forward or two steps forward. So, it is a long journey, but at least I'm glad that the conversation has started. As far as Shivani said, I think it's amazing to see that the consumer market, with her brand, she's taking conscious effort where she's having women to work for her. But there are sectors where, in the consumer market specifically, you only have 11% of women who are actually working in the back-end office, where the mother or the woman is the primary caregiver of any family. She's the end decision maker for a product. Companies are spending millions and billions of dollars, to remove products, innovative products, getting into technology, and then you don't have those women who are actually, get that insight from a woman. That what she actually fits for, what she actually gravitates for, on the consumer side and on the office level. But it's the same thing in the sales division. You don't have too many women who are going to sell this product to women. If you go to a shop, buying herbs, you usually have male staff which is standing up there. So I think if we have women in a few sectors, which is very, very important, India has always been a manufacturing sector for over generations. The old India, the new India, I think, is coming out beautifully with fintech and the financial sector. Healthcare is doing beautiful. 80% of the women are nursing staff is women. And healthcare has 50% of healthcare workers all across bodies, doctors and all that. So I think healthcare is a great sector. You have with fintech and financial sector, IT. Then you also have a lot of women coming into the workforce because it's remote working as well. You can working out at your own pace, at your own hours. So I think for women, they do wear a lot of hats. And flexibility of time, giving them goals, and so a woman is very driven, but somewhere she loses her drive because of the 9 to 5 practice that women are put into. But if you remove that and give her the flexibility of time, I think this is beautifully well. We have examples of this Tupperware and which have given women goals, and they achieve their goals at their own pace and time. So I think a structure like that for women should be created, and not the battle that masculine goals, women should also be able to do. This is my personal opinion.
Thank you, Vima. So I see a lot of optimism in the way you replied. Lots of examples with respect to where women can make a change. I now have the really panelists and his view. And just a question or other context which I must share. India's first national time use survey released in 2020 finds that 81.2% of all women are engaged in unpaid domestic services compared to 26.1% women men. But the other glaring data point to me was women spend 10 times more on household maintenance and care for children, the sick and the elderly versus 24.6 hours versus 3.6 hours as far as men are concerned. So it's not a man versus woman thing, but I just wanted to ask you as a low man among women panelists, all of you spoke about biases, prejudices against women. What's your take on it, and what will it take for women to be included in the voice club?
Okay. Happy afternoon, friends. Fortunately, we start again further gender diversity. So we are now 2 males on the stage. I'm very happy that I'm able to share good news with all of you. That there is so much now awareness that how we should develop our country, where women can play a very important role. And why I'm saying is that, whether Assam is known globally for climate justice and climate action also in addition to other things. But when I want to come here, so I thought of understanding something about what's being done by the government, what's being done by private investors, etc. Then I could say that maybe more than 22 such schemes are there of the government which is supporting women in one way or another. like what people I say share from government data, that stood up India. Now 83% entrepreneurs are India. Now, if you look at the certain applications being made by women for higher education, and as per the consultant report, it's 45%. Now, one survey which has come from one consultant which says that the career aspirations of women and men are almost same. But at the same time, when we see the real picture, real thing, we find that in many parts of the manufacturing sector or any other sector, women is not there, and if they are there, they are just 2%. Important is that, like what Shivani also said, that mindset is very, very important. And you have to understand what mindset or what are the challenges. In fact, yesterday only, I dared to talk to one of my engineers who is with us, Adi, situated in Dalmia from ficci. So I talked to her, that Adi, you are here since last 12 years. So how do you find and why we are not able to get more such engineers, though we have a lot of workers, female workers, in addition to male workers, but not many engineers. That means that, like what you said, it's about mindset, what you said, mindset of a girl, mindset of a parent, and more and above that, mindset of corporate also, including the serious people. So mindset has to change, and now what I see, that mindset has changed, mindset is changing. Personally, for the people who are in the job at corporate or who are the decision makers. And if I just give you my personal experience, so like 4 years back, my daughter-in-law, who was married at that time, just 12 years, and 6 years grandson for us, she said that I want to go to London to study London Business School, and 2 years it will take. So what to do? Then maybe subscribe 10, 12 years back, we would not have agreed. But then my son, my wife, everybody agreed that yes, she can go ahead, will take care, because it's not the authority of a woman or mother only to take care of a kid, but everybody is responsible. And second, slowly it is becoming almost compulsory for a girl to also serve the society or serve the organization so that they can also earn and can become independent. So there is more and more desire is coming. Now, if I look at various institutions, I don't know much about labor class and all this, but if we look at various educational institutions, we are finding 30%, 40% girls coming up, and that definitely they will take center stage. They will take center stage because now we'll have skilled female also available with us, and of course, corporate has to take responsibility that slowly we'll go on increasing our intake of females so that they can go up with the life. And there are a number of cases like few examples are there who have done great. They are necessarily globally also that female have done great. So no one can have doubt, and particularly if I look at corporate India, no one has doubt that they will not be able to perform. But yes, maybe mindset at family level, at girl level, or at a executive level, that they have to change. But whatever was required to be done by the government, I think they have done in a big way, and the focus which they have done, that yes, 2047 would be led by women, is great. But I would say, why to have men and women comparison? We should have people-led development, because it is a people, and men is same, women is same, on the borders, there are some differences for purpose. But otherwise, they have all the capabilities, all the abilities, and then whatever is their quality, whatever is their character, they can suit it. So my personal belief is that it's a great time for women, it's a great time for India, and the way now we will be progressing, the way government would be supporting, the way corporate would be supporting, and I understand that even corporate ficci also has taken pledge that yes, we will go in a big way on women's empowerment. So, friends, I think past is past, but we'll have to look at future. And then I would like to quote last Swami Vivekananda, who has said that you can do anything and everything because you have all power within you. So to everything that I would like to say, they have all power within them, and then definitely we, maybe as men, would like to do our best so that women participate in the big way. Thank you.
So thanks for sharing your personal story. I think what you've done for your daughter is amazing, for encouraging her to pursue her studies. I just want to open it up to you, Sukha, actually, just give your perspective on this particular bias that exists in corporate India. If you look at it, it is the ages of 30 to 40. We see a lot of attrition among women. And the reason for that is obviously increased responsibility with maternity, increased responsibility with elder care, because the woman naturally takes the back seat. In fact, Shivani and I were having a conversation on the side, and he said even when two people have fantastic careers, only 1.5 careers can exist. Because the male career will always take precedence over the woman's career. And it's naturally expected that a woman will step back and look after look after the family, even if she has a great career development. Or nowadays we see women possibly not wanting to start families because they are keen on their career. So given this phenomenon in urban India, what do you think organizations should do more of to enable more women to stay in the workforce? Because people join, but then there's that tricky bucket between age of 50 to 40. Any insights there that you could share with us? There's one business restricted to the corporate, it is restricted to the middle bucket of the corporate, where the woman is in her 30s to 40 trajectory, when both her career and her family is growing. So at that point, they sometimes run like parallel lines. So I would like to, differentiate it into 3 parts. Part number 1 is, we are, our society is majorly double income, maybe 2 kids family ideally. And like Asha said, when there is reason for the lady to be transferred, she takes a back seat and says to the bank, it's all right, I'll stay at the club, I'll deny myself the promotion because we have aspirations, we have capital. Then there is the other part where somebody falls sick, again the woman stays back. If you go a little deeper into it, it's a messy middle. There are more women working at the bottom of the pyramid and very few more right at the top. If you divorce the situation and look into it with a greater lens, then what attracts your eye is the care economy and the role the care economy can play to belong this job. I'm sure Honorable Minister will agree that as a labor force, the care that we can provide to them will definitely help the woman to sustain herself and go forward. So the quantifying of the unpaid care will definitely go towards the GDP, and supporting the paid care with good laws, with strong support, will definitely help the career of the woman. Thirdly, I would love to quote from your organization, your project MOS. Forms of Mahindra. Yeah, Forms of Mahindra. It's a fabulous project where the company is hand-holding the lady employee when she takes maternity leave, right up to when the child is ready to go to preschool. So, more companies follow that. And we have some beyond establishment of creche in organizations. If we can look at greater intervention from the government, I'm sure the woman is going to be benefited. That will help a long way with more women coming into work.
Excellent. So just for the benefit of the audience, the Mahindra maternity policy is a 5-year maternity policy. We felt that we should be supportive of a woman from the time she decides to get pregnant till the time the child goes to play school. So how can you support her through the entire journey and reassure her on her career, because that's the biggest aspect. Many of them drop off, but they're quite worried when they come back to a job, will the job be there, will their job be changed? So it's a 5-year support policy. We just launched it on October 2nd last year.
quite delighted to see the way we received internally. And hopefully, through the ficci role, this could be potentially shared with multiple organizations which would want to make this kind of an intervention. Thank you for bringing that up to now.
That's actually a great opportunity because, like Asha was saying, there are many women who, not just women, many young children who don't want children because they find it, number one, a great responsibility. Number two, there is no care support. We have all moved towards the nuclear family model. So, these kind of very practical interventions, and this is being tested from by Mahindra over years now, I think it's a fabulous opportunity. A woman who comes back to work, say, after 6 months or 1 year, finds herself really not in the same place where she left. The opportunity is limited. So I think these kinds of interventions, as we go forward, just a small little history, I'll tell you. Our workforce, due respect to the ministry here, our workforce is so structured for the man. Women are a later addition into it. So that acclimatization and support and working around it takes time. I remember, when I went into our foundry to work, there used to be only one restroom and that's for the man. They did not have women employees. So I said, I need a place. So the place is structured for the man. So women, when you come in, you're a new entrant into the game. So the environment has to be understood and worked upon for the woman to come. I think as women, we must also give that time and help the leaders understand this and take us forward. So the very points are like this. And I'm sure forums like this is a great opportunity to express these views.
So Ashika, any parting thoughts? You have 1 minute. Yeah.
I actually think that obviously agree with a lot with Sudha, but I just like to broaden this for urban and rural as well. And the way I look at it is that, if we need to create a level playing field for women, even let's say the next 20 years, leading up to 2047, I will use a clear formula as my mantra. Support, sensitizing, and systemic change. Support which will come in form of policy. We already have some wonderful policies which sort of form the bedrock of societal change. Whether it's the love of the babies, the portion of young, the no babies, or even going back with our, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. But in addition to this, we cannot say that policy alone is going to bring about that change. There needs to be, a change of the mindset in the family, society, and the workplace. So, supporting this, it could be whether, an elderly member of the family decides to be very proactive in taking care of the child. Because, they're not going to find that many opportunities of, the employer in a small town or village making such large initiatives. And that's where the sensitization comes in. We need to bring about an attitudinal change to prevailing norms because many are practiced subconsciously. People do not even know. And like we had a conversation earlier today, it's in your and my home too. Not because they are actually being conscious about it, it's just the way boys are brought up. So we need to change the mindset of the boys starting from a young age. The girls as well to say, your prerogative is not about grow up, get married, bear children, and that's it. And, everything in the family. And we need to ensure that we make them unlearn the conscious and the subconscious biases. And then going on to the third avenue, which is systemic change, we need to have, go from the current defined to a redefined. Because when we redefine the system, is when the generations coming ahead of us are going to grow up that way, learn what is the new normal. And that is essentially a collaborative effort between all diverse stakeholders, which will result in a framework of an enabling environment of systemic change.
I think you wrapped it up really well. The 3 S's that you just shared with us. The fact that we need to look at conditioning and need to look at collaboration with a framework in place to effect systemic change. With that, I'd like to call the panel to a close and thank you for your insights and over to you, Honorable